I wouldn't say I encourage it. I am in a position where I have to use it. I do see it as my duty to make sure they are up to date with the latest technology and the latest way of learning. But as far as encouraging it, I don't really, because I think they get more than enough computer use in their own time, and I would rather teach them things that are important to them otherwise.
I do encourage them to use their devices, usually when they're doing note-taking in their own time, so not when we're going through new content. Usually I get them to close their laptop so I know that they're listening and they're not distracted.
I encourage handwriting and less use of technology. Just in terms of their neurobiology in general is probably the most important thing, where their brains work differently if they're handwriting, or if they're reading, or even if they're writing on the board and using their hands. It's definitely affects them.
I feel that it has encouraged a really superficial learning and very limited concentration.
I think it's necessary as a learning tool sometimes.
Yeah.
So to have access to things like the internet, or be able to distribute work or worksheets or show something on the board quickly, in terms of efficiency, yes, it is necessary sometimes.
I think in this current day and age of teaching and learning, yes, it is a necessary learning tool, but I think there are times where interactions, because I'm a language teacher, you don't need a computer at all. It really is about how we communicate in person and read off non-verbal cues. So in the context of a language classroom, I don't think we could live without it. But I definitely think there are better ways of using it when it comes to, say for example, when you use it with the students and what's more efficient way of using it, because sometimes they can be a distraction. So finding that distinction of when it's appropriate to use with the students and gets the best learning out of them.
I think it's ridiculous to suggest that we could get rid of them altogether. That's just not sensible or reasonable. So I'm expecting that we need to find a way of using them wisely. So I would like to see that there are limits and boundaries. Do I think they're necessary for learning? Absolutely not. Because learning takes place regardless of that sort of technology. Teaching is one of the oldest professions in the world. So, well, it is, the oldest profession, and it can happen easily without computers. However, the world has evolved in such a way that you need that technological background to compete in the job market, and to be able to be an active part of the community or the society. So it is necessary in that respect.